on Facebook, um, TikTok, um, Paint Live members. We should be live on Paint Live members and then YouTube. So we're here because Thanksgiving is coming up. So Sashco is super thankful for, if you don't know who Sashco is, they're the makers of Big Stretch. So they're super thankful for everybody that's purchased their products, over this year and years, and they're giving us the opportunity once again to give away a whole box of sealants to any professional contractor painter that wants one.
It's backwards.
So it's backwards.
Turn.
So this is kind of
Stand it
cool. So we had like quite a few people, like I don't know, like 600 people or something like that did it last time, and it's literally free. So it's all free.
Who's it for?
It's for professional painters and contractors. So you get a whole box of sealants, and this is like one of those things. People are always going to say, so what do I got to do? I got to give them my credit card, and then they say they're not going to charge me, and then they charge me in the end. They don't, and then people say, well, how much is the shipping? How much is the shipping?
So, free.
It's all free.
So this is for professionals. They want you to try it because they say when you know, you know. And what does that mean?
So like Sashco believes 100%, like once you try their products, you're going to use them. And so they're willing to, risk sending you a whole box of sealants. And in the box of sealants that they give you, there's also like a card. It's a sample pack. It's like full tubes of each, and we'll show you what's in there. If you don't like it, they literally want to know and know why, and they want that feedback. So, but they believe that once you try it, you'll believe 100% in it.
And I think most companies, they make okay, better, best products. Sashco, they believe in only making which one? The
best. They only make lifetime warranty sealants. So I did the same thing. So they send me a box of exactly what you're gonna get. This exact same box. So I haven't opened it. Last time I got a box, I opened it up, and what was in it, I loved it, and we used it. So I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna show you what's actually.
So it's for professional painters, and if you go to the QR code and fill out the form, and you've never received it before, they're going to send it to you, and you can try using the products that Chris uses.
So it comes with a tube of Morflex. So
I have a place for that.
Morflex is a textured elastomeric sealant, and I use it to seal stucco. And the stuff is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it.
Can't you use it for concrete also?
They do have
mortar and stucco repair. Okay,
yeah, they do have one for concrete. So
that's not this one.
That one's textured. So Morflex is textured, so concrete is typically smooth. And so
you don't want to use that one.
Not necessarily, unless your concrete had texture. So
didn't you just use this a week or so ago?
I've used it multiple times. I used it on something. You're right.
When you're doing the exterior painting, the stucco.
I did some stucco repairs with it and stuff. Big Stretch. So when you hear Sashco, so you put up a QR code and stuff. Yes. You might want to say why that's up there.
That code is up there. If you scan it, it will take you to the link where you can fill out the little information, and they'll send this to you. So it's no turkey.
No turkey?
no, nothing bad. They're going to give you this, and you don't even have to buy anything. We're coming on to Black Friday and all the sales. This is completely free to professionals.
It's literally all you're doing is giving your name and address, and I think email. So they have to have that so they can send it to you. Mm-hmm. So it's literally not even going to take you 5 minutes. It's going to take you 2 minutes to fill out the information. Sashco is the maker of all these products. So Sashco makes all of them. Sashco is a believer in making only lifetime warranty sealants. So
is there a chat? Oh, there's the chat. I'm going to see if there's anybody who has joined us.
Whoa, there is people.
Okay. So hi, Paint Life TV, Len's with us.
Paint Life TV, that's me. Oh no, lawn dog.
Yeah,
lawn dog. Do they do lawns?
Is it Choli is in Las Vegas?
Cholo.
Hope it's going well.
Great product.
Yes.
Steve Lockwood.
And it is working. The QR code is working. I'm on the website right now. Thank you, Lonnie, for letting us know. Steve just used the tintable caulking for some cedar siding we just completed. So let's show that.
You get
Free.
a tintable caulking right here.
See.
This comes in the kit also. They want you to try it. It's been newly rebranded and everything, and it's very simple. All you literally just take some of the existing paint that you want to color.
You have to shake it.
You got to shake your paint up. You do got to shake.
But you have to shake it.
The tube up.
Yes.
You gotta. There's some instructions on the back.
It's easy, but you have to shake it.
It's simple. There's a little syringe in there. You add the paint, shake it up, and it literally tints the caulking. The exact color is the paint. It's absolutely amazing. Great product. So you get a thing of that. And so last time we did this, Sashco gave me the opportunity. I think it was back in July to do this. A whole bunch of people responded back, dude, I got my caulking, man. That was awesome. So cool. And so
let us know.
Hundreds, and they literally sent out hundreds of boxes. It's crazy. I don't know how much money they spend.
A lot.
Like doing it.
But they believe in their products, and they believe that once you try them, that you'll use them.
You know what's pretty cool is somebody actually like I do when we send out, like from our store, when somebody buys a product, I send out hand signed cards that I sign because I really think and appreciate everybody that buys from our store. Sashco literally writes a note on there. The person packaging it.
I just put our store up there.
The two people sign it. So that's pretty cool. So those are the two people packaging these things painstakingly to give to you. So clean and seal. This stuff.
I like
this
that.
Stuff is absolutely amazing. So if you've never heard of it, here's a whole tube of it. So it's for kitchens and bathrooms, and literally eats up. It has an enzyme in it that stays active always. It never goes to sleep. It doesn't dry out. It eats soap scum in food and stuff like that.
They say like kitchens because like grease splattered on your
caulking,
so
eat it. In your bathtub, like you start to get that soap scum and stuff. Sometimes it turns red. That gets built up on your sealant. Clean and seal won't allow that because it eats it up. I have a use for that already. So this is enough to do a full bathtub, 2 full bathtubs, and do a kitchen. So clean and seal.
We have a use for that already around our house, and we do sell it. I have our store up there, but they'll give it to you for free. So
yeah, and so
they'll give it to you for free.
It's all this stuff is free, so that's what's crazy, and the shipping's free. There's literally no strings attached, and this is why we love to do this. And we wanted to get on Saturday, and Sashco. It's a limited time. You can only do it. I think it's 5 days.
Yeah,
you got 5 days to do it. So yeah. And time's gonna run out. You do it today. So
the clarity of that is kind of crazy compared to other products that
so
are
this
out
is
there.
The clearest sealant you can buy on the market. It's 100% clear. So it's Lexel, and it's an all-purpose sealant, and a lot of contractors use it and do guys that do like remodeling and stuff like that. They use it. I actually just used Lexel up at my cabin yesterday. So on the pump house, we had our pump house redone, had some plumbing that was run through the outside of the pump house. They had to drill a big hole. Lexel will stick to anything. So there was piping that came out, and then it was wood. And so you need something to stick to everything. And it was really, really cold. It was in the low 40s. Lexel is going to stick to anything.
So did you just use this yesterday too?
I did. I just used it yesterday. So I just used it yesterday. It's awesome stuff. It's the other products I showed you, Clean and Seal, Moreflex, Big Stretch, they're water-based. Lexel is not. It's a solvent-based product. And what's pretty interesting, I used it 2 places. I used it for that, and then a sink that, the Airbnb people damaged the sink, broke the sink loose. I used it to seal the sink back onto the granite. So I had to stick to copper and granite, and I used it. And in order to smooth the bead out, I used Dawn dish soap. So I took Dawn dish soap, put it on a wet rag.
That's a pro tip.
And so the Dawn dish soap. So what happens is because it's solvent based, you can take mineral spirits and get a rag with mineral spirits. It'll do the same thing. But if you try to grab it and smooth it out with your finger, it's going to grab your finger and mess it all up. So rub, get Dawn dish soap, put it on a rag, rub, get your finger wet with that, and you can smooth it out. So that's what I did.
Okay.
I learned that when I was at the hardware show. It's in Sashco's booth. They taught me that.
That's very cool.
So that was kind of cool. So,
and real fast to make a plug, if you are in.
Ask me any questions too. So I assume there is some instructions on the bottle for the proper application of the product and its usage. So absolutely. So every one of these products, there is instructions on the back that tell you what it's used for.
And they give you this card when they send it to you. I guess you could see it. It has phone numbers. They're there to help you. So their customer support is amazing.
There's some dude named Luke Cybernagel that's on the chat.
Hi, Luke.
Silbernagel?
Yes. It took me a long time to learn how to say that name.
I was just out working out with Luke this morning. So, this comes in the box too.
What is that?
This is actually pretty dang cool. It's called the Cobra. And I absolutely love these things. So I'll show you what it is, where you would actually use it. We'll use it right here. I'll show you because a thing of Through the Roof comes, and there Through the Roof is absolutely amazing. So Through the Roof.
Have you used it?
I have. So my cabin had a leak around the chimney. It just got done raining and the rain was coming again. And we went up on the roof, the metal roof, and we used Through the Roof to fix the roof, and it didn't leak anymore. And it started pouring down rain literally within minutes, but you could actually apply it in the rain.
That is
so
crazy.
Through the Roof, if you want to apply like a large wide bead, like over a seam in a roof, or a like an area of asphalt shingles that's got a gap or something like that you want to seal, you screw the Cobra on.
Go
and
Cobra.
check that out.
Oh, there it goes.
And I caught it. Look at that.
And it didn't bite you.
Reflex. So
the Cobra
see that?
didn't bite you.
It didn't bite me. Dude, the Cobra is that's a viper. You mixed a vipe and a Cobra together.
It
didn't bite me.
It didn't bite you.
So it'll like put out a wide, like instead of a little, small bead, it puts out a wide bead. It's called the Cobra. I asked them, like, Sashco's like, oh my gosh, I need like a box of those. Where can I get a box of them? And they, it was top secret.
Okay.
It wasn't really top secret, but it has their logo on it. So
where you can get it?
I think no, it's their little.
They could sell it.
No, they have it. It just
give it to you with.
They give it to you when you buy, I think, Through the Roof.
Okay.
So it's it's not for sale, unfortunately. It's a pretty killer product. So a pretty killer little tool. So those are.
There's something like that for the expanse stuff that you.
It's called the foam beak.
Yes,
and
it has the same kind of thought, which makes sense.
I made a video on it. It got millions of views, and it's actually like really cool. It's called the foam beak, and they've sold like millions of them. You put it on the end of the spray foam, and it goes, instead of having to just come out, a little like little tube, like a little like thing, and it's like like. Whatever. It comes out, spreads it out.
A cat's got your tongue. Well, Austin
like
Waters is with us, and he said they love Sashco products. Waters, color painting, big stretches are most commonly used. Caulk, we appreciate you. Chris, Dad, and I are always saying, well, Chris does this or Chris does that. It does it that way. LOL. So thank you so much for watching and giving us that feedback. I think one thing, with Thanksgiving, it is a real good time to
be thankful.
And so I think for us as Chris being a painting contractor and working in the trades, and as you could see, there's different products for different things, but we're very thankful for companies that are making lifetime warranty products so that we don't get callbacks. Because when you get callbacks and products fail, you're not making money. And so we're very thankful for this company like Sashco, that makes great products so that we don't have to go back to jobs once we know it's been caulked properly. Then we don't have to worry about it. And
You know, it's interesting. Austin,
Okay.
you know, he was saying Dad and I are always what. So it just reminds me, I was up in Donley yesterday. I went to our cabin because we had to do a bunch of repairs that a handful of college students trashed our Airbnb. So, like, I was fixing broken doors, and yeah, it was a disaster. But I was in, so I had to go in to buy, you know, a doorknob that was shattered, and I was in Ace, and I was, you know, talking to, I think he's the owner of the Ace Hardware up there, and I was talking to him, asking him some questions about like doorknobs and stuff, and this guy comes walking around the corner, and he looked at me, and he's like, "You're the Idaho painter." I was like, "Yeah," and I started talking to him, and he's like, was on the other side of the aisle, and he goes, "As soon as I heard your voice, I knew that was you." And he came walking around the corner, and that's, I don't know if I have a like distinct voice or what, but he obviously recognized it. So that's funny because, and then I walked up, and you know, Austin's talking about that, and he told me he's retired. We walk up to the front, and his son was the cashier, you know, in the Ace. So they live up there.
And it's a very small Ace, but they have everything.
Oh my gosh. They have everything from
I don't like sending them there
doorknobs to screws to hoses to
they have everything.
grass seed to black licorice, which I bought some black licorice was in there. So they have it all. I swear, I don't even know how you can fit that much stuff in that Ace. That Ace is awesome. The people that work in there are amazing. So, but that was kind of cool. And he's up there, and his son. I think he said they had rental yards down here in the Boise area, but during COVID, they moved up there to retire.
So shout out to the Donley
Ace, man.
Chris
you guys
is so
you guys
happy
are awesome.
that they put an Ace Hardware there, so you don't have to drive to Cascade or McCall, but it's our own little local hardware store that makes life
a blessing.
So nice.
Oh, and the guy that he had a shirt on that said Shiloh Bible Camp. And I'm like, so why do you have that shirt on? And he said, you know, he's like retired, and now he just volunteers at the Shiloh Bible Camp. And I think that's the one that's on the not West Mountain Road.
I think I've driven by that sign.
Yeah. And so that's kind of cool. So he just does all kinds of maintenance and painting and stuff. And he said that's why he watches my videos all the time. Well,
and I think that's kind of, I mean, my dream is to do volunteer work.
Somebody said your voice is very unique. Love it, Chris. So that's cool. How did you like visiting London?
That was a year ago. Time goes so fast.
Yeah. So we've been to London 4 times. 4 times. So I absolutely love it. So this last time we went to Ireland first, went to Dublin, and then toured all over the place. Absolutely amazing. Loved it. We went to London again, loved it. And
I think what's great is it's great just to meet other people in the trades and see the tools they're using. When we went there this last time, we went with Premier. So they make our paintbrush, the Brook brush in New York. And so he was expanding over there. And so we went and toured some paint stores, and it was a great opportunity to meet different painters and hear the tools they use.
I showed up in paint stores that, you know, sold the Premier brush. So we were there. So that was kind of cool. So there's been every time we've been there, we've got to see something new in London. And
this time was Ireland.
This time we're mainly in Ireland. We went in London, or not? Did we?
Dublin.
Dublin.
And then we went to Northern Ireland. Yeah. See, this is a year ago. So
we went to the Netherlands. Too.
Oh yes, we went to the Netherlands too.
We went to Amsterdam.
Yes,
so
that was beautiful.
So it was cool, man. So love it. So I would assume Angela is from there, so you can scroll up to see if there's. So scan. You can remove the QR code for a while.
Okay, I'm going to remove that, but make sure and scan
we'll put it back up there. Scan that QR code because it's going to take you directly to the link where you can get, you know, the free copy, or you can see the website that's scrolling on the bottom. That website it's the same thing. It's a QR code.
Yeah.
So use that website. Go get your free box. It's 100% free. They're not going to ask you for anything, but they would appreciate if you didn't like their products, there's contact information on there.
They follow up.
They'll follow up with you. I think they actually follow up with every single person they give it to say, hey, what do you think of our products?
Because that's the thing is they are always working to innovate and to perfect. And so anyways, we're thankful for them because they make our job a lot easier and a lot more profitable. Because if you're using products that fail, then you're not going to be very profitable. And so we're thankful to Sashco, and we just wanted to bring this to you guys in our audience, that this is an opportunity for you to try their products and to get it for absolutely free. Everybody's going to be doing sales. We're going to be doing sales at our store. Our store is down below, paintlifesupply.com. We do sell some of these products. So if you've already used them and you want them, we do sell them. But we want to let you know, you don't have to buy them if you've never tried them and you're a professional painter. Go to the link below, or we'll show the link.
Oh, Lawn Dog right there. Lawn Dog 7554. What do 7554 is for? Is there just a random number they attach to you, or does it mean something? So Lawn Dog, he says he's working on a bathroom due to a leak. So there you go. There's one of these sealants is going to work for you. If it's around like inside of a bathtub, around a sink, around a kitchen sink, the clean and seal is going to be what you want. That's going to be enough that you're going to need. It's possible that, Lexel might be, what you need, or even Big Stretch. If you're trying to match like some color that you're doing, then the color, throw it to me. Throw it to me. Let's go.
What? What am I throwing?
It's right
what
here.
am I throwing?
The exact color. So the exact color might be what you want. So tintable caulking. So a lot of people love that.
So he said YouTube assigned me that number. So I wonder, there's a bunch of lawn dog, I guess. Yeah, that's
Randy
interesting.
Levine, big fan brother from San Antonio. Let's go.
JAJ Painting. San Antonio is beautiful.
Maybe it's J and J.
Yeah.
JAJ.
I have contacts in, but they don't.
Have we been to San Antonio?
We have. It's beautiful. Remember that little river that goes through the town, and you get on a boat?
That was San Antonio.
That was San Antonio.
That was
the
amazing.
Alamo. We went to the Alamo.
We did go to the Alamo.
And I thought it was going to be a lot bigger.
I know the Alamo was. I mean, I remember I kind of grew up it's kind of interesting because. That I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this out there because I don't know how much truth there is to it. Because my grandma told me. My grandma had, did the family tree, and they had.
It'd be easy to find out now.
Yeah, it'd be easy to find out now, but I don't like. That's not
me.
my thing. But my grandma did it, and we looked in our family tree, and Davy Crockett was in our family tree.
And you've always liked that. And he was at the Alamo, right?
For some reason, I think so, but I might be wrong. For some reason, I think he was there fighting in it. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Have you ever heard that song?
Yeah, but I don't normally hear you sing, so keep going.
So anyways, I thought it it was all right. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was.
No, it's a beautiful city though. So I hope your painting business is going well. And I think
that river thing was really cool. People would float in the boats. Did we float in the boat?
We did.
We did float in the boat, huh?
Float in the boat. Yeah, because you could take the boat and you could go shopping and then you could get off at different places. So.
Places because we've been able to travel a lot, and because of what I do, and so it's been a big blessing. One of the my favorite places now that I've traveled.
Where?
Guess.
Alabama.
Let's go, Alabama. The Gulf Shores. Spanish Fort, man. I love Alabama, and I absolutely love the people in Alabama. Man, they're amazing.
So, and it doesn't hurt that our daughter and son-in-law and our 3 grandsons are there. So,
how many grandkids do we have now? Can you keep track?
We are blessed. We have 7.
So
we had 2 babies born in September. So if you're wondering why Chris hasn't been doing live shows, we had one daughter have a baby in Boise and one in Alabama. And so we were flying back and forth, and I was able to be there for both births, which is amazing because they're only 9 days apart. And then our other daughter adopted in September. So we
What are you going to do when we have 12?
3 grandkids.
Look, I met Daniel Boone.
No.
Wow.
No, he died a long time ago.
No, he didn't. It was only back in 1967.
No.
Yeah. And I was born then.
No.
That guy's a little older than me. And had a personal tour of his winery.
Wait a second.
Many years ago.
Okay, Lon, how old are you? And I thought he was like in the 1800s or something. Okay, I'm gonna be looking at some
Google
history
it.
today. I will be. I love learning an actual personal tour. Wow. So you're Chris's hero now. You actually got to meet him. I thought it was like from the 1800s.
Maybe it's why he says Fess Parker.
What's Fess Parker?
Maybe that's the guy who was playing Daniel Boone.
Oh. Yeah, because I was thinking.
So
that's
an actual personal tour. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Where is that? That's probably like in Tennessee, I would think.
Tennessee?
I would think.
Why?
Where? Because
Daniel Boone
was over there. So
over there.
Where was his personal winery? Okay.
The actor from the TV series.
Okay. There's a TV series. We're like really making ourselves not smart. I love learning things, but then I do forget. And so anyways, now I have a little assignment to do when I start decorating for Thanksgiving. So hopefully everybody don't give her a history lesson. I need a history lesson.
So is there any like paint related questions or maybe how about some sealant related questions? Does anybody have any questions about some of the sealants?
Chris has used a lot of sealants throughout the years. Northern California.
Let's go.
In the wine country.
Well, of course, I mean, they don't make wine back in Tennessee.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they don't. No, he said wine country. We should have naturally known that.
No, there's wine country all over now.
Big Stretch literally this week because I'm sick. Alex was cracking. So
what did we learn about them?
So
fillers.
I'll learn. Okay,
this is my expertise.
I'll tell you a little bit about Alex Sealants, and it goes all the way back to the beginning days of when I first started painting, and I first started buying caulking and sealants from Sherwin-Williams, and then naturally my margins were pretty low because I was in this. This is no lie, and this is no exaggeration. I would paint a bedroom for $50 or $75 a bedroom. And so like this bedroom, and I remember just buying 1 gallon and trying to squeak out, that 1 gallon on a bedroom because I, wasn't making anything. And so I went to Home Depot and bought, Alex caulking for an exterior. And I was using prior to that a product called White Lightning, which was, not cheap. And so I went and bought the cheap stuff, Alex. And the next year it was cracked everywhere on the house. It was a mess. And so what I eventually learned from one of the big manufacturers of sealants is you
get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. And there's a reason in a market for Alex sealants. And the market is in the do-it-yourself market. And what they had said is it's so interesting and fascinating to me that, obviously people can't see the difference between a lifetime warranty sealant and a no warranty sealant or 15-year warranty sealant. And when the sealant fails,
that's when you see it.
That the do-it-yourselfer will blame themselves and not the sealant. They'll always fall back on thinking they did something wrong and they won't blame the sealant. And so there's a market for it, and there's a market for cheap paint. I found out through one of the big paint manufacturers that there was one of the paints that I used, and I said it was the worst paint I probably ever used in my life. And they sell hundreds of thousands of gallons, and I said I can't believe you said they said there's a market for it.
Well, and
so there's a market for sealants like that. And so if the sealant fails, don't blame yourself. Maybe look at possibly the sealant you're using. And if you use a good quality sealant, so for instance, on that house, to have to go back and recaulk everything that cracked it would have probably cost, I probably saved maybe $30-$40 max
On material.
on material. Like, and it's going to cost me $250 to go
Going
back.
back 30 years, so it'd be a lot more now.
Yeah, because just the time that you're going to have to go back, the possibility that customer would never refer you ever again because there's cracks all over. So what I noticed with the sealant is the sealant was not very flexible, and it was like hard. It like dried out really fast in the heat, so it didn't stay pliable, but it also didn't bond very well. So it doesn't have as good bonding capabilities to bond to the two, substrate edges. So when there was any expansion or contraction, it would separate from one side or the other.
That's what big stretch doesn't do.
And there's always going to be expansion and contraction no matter where you live. And and there's just going to be more or less. Here there's a lot, because we go from 0 degrees to 105 degrees. So the expansion and contraction is going to be huge. And so when I got to actually tour Tower Sealants and Sashco Sealants, got to talk to the chemist, and there's a huge difference between the quality of resins and how much of the resins they put into a good sealant and a bad sealant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same for paint. So in order to make a cheaper sealant, you've got to put less of the good quality the resin that makes it bond as well. It makes it stretch and stay pliable. You've got to eliminate some of it and add clays and fillers. So you get what you pay for.
You get a bunch of, but the thing is,
you get garbage. It's what
when
it is.
When I found out about this, it kind of made me really mad, because people are like, oh, it's only $1, I'll buy it, but they need to realize that you're going to get what you paid for, and you're going to have a lot of problems and a lot of failure. But yeah, the whole thing of, they're saying, Alex Koch, they're saying Home Depot's probably telling them, this is how much you have to be able to sell it for. So they're going to fill it with clay and fillers.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to get. But then you're going to blame, like, oh, I didn't know how to caulk, and so that's why
I didn't put enough in, or I didn't.
Yeah. And so they never have to take the responsibility. But I think as being a professional painter, you definitely get what you pay for, and probably 99% of the time.
Yeah, Alex is probably going to hate me for this video.
Yeah,
so it's
but big stretch, like, how much have you seen it stretch when they're testing it?
Well, if you go, so this is insane. I'm going to tell, like, Lexel. I saw Lexel. I was in this little motorized car at the National Hardware Show. I held on to a little thing of Lexel, and it was this long. And I started driving in the motor car. And it literally went like 25 yards. It was something ridiculous. Maybe
and
not.
Then it broke.
It was insane. It was absolutely
a little dangerous. Don't try that at home.
Ridiculous. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Big Stretch, the amount that Big Stretch actually stretches is absolutely insane. And Big Stretch is, so if you didn't know, so Big Stretch is what is spec'd if you're ever caulking hardy plank siding, which is concrete siding. This is what is spec'd, and this is what you should be using, because it's hardy plank siding being concrete. It expands and contracts too, and it's really hard for sealants to bond to concrete. And so if you don't want, I've seen it a lot where the seams of hardy plank siding is separated, cracked, dried out. It's a mess. And so if you're ever caulking concrete siding, you really should be using Big Stretch. So that's tip for the day.
Lon said, I think the word you're looking for is durometer. It has to do with the flexibility of material.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw in the lab. They like to have machines that sit there and pull it until it breaks. And so they're constantly testing their products to make sure.
I was just using a fanometer in my booth to test the draw of my fan in my booth, of how well, it was pulling everything, out of the booth and out the window. And
a fanometer?
A fanometer.
So
it's a little box, and it has a little thing that swings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really thin piece of metal, and when you turn the fan on, it sucks the pendulum thing back,
Mhm.
and it gives you a reading on kind of like a clock fixture. And your fanometer should be, depending on your booth side. I mean, it was supposed to be around 75
Mhm.
to give you the proper draw to get everything pulling, out of the
For
booth.
breathing and stuff.
I mean, to me, I was testing it because to see like how much silica dust and how much of that, just the dry dust is going to like flow out of the booth and get all over everything outside. Because what I was amazed by is nothing is being sprayed out there for weeks. Nothing goes outside my booth. It doesn't. The booth has been out there for years. And
Okay, so what it come out at?
it was reading, I think, it was reading like way lower than I thought it should be.
Mhm.
So I contacted somebody to see what the readings, should be, and did they think that was low? And they thought, well, there's a lot of like varying factors that can, control that. And so, but in my memory, for some reason, when I got the fanometer, I thought it was supposed to be 75, and it wasn't reading 75. And I was like, well, how come it's not? And then yet I don't have any dust going out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm
Blah,
like,
blah, blah.
I'm kind of, I'm just a tech geek. And
No,
so
but I
like,
think for you, that's like important if you're using a spray booth and you think you're using a fan and you think you're using ventilation, that you actually are using it correctly.
mhm.
It's definitely good to know.
So if you have a spray booth, get a fanometer and see what the draw is on your
Where'd
booth.
you get the fanometer?
I got it from the person who manufactures the spray booth. I got it from
Okay.
Paint Line. He doesn't sell them,
Mhm.
but in order to get the proper fan
Mhm.
for his booth, they
had to test a lot of different.
because you don't want a fan that's too big because
Mhm.
it will actually collapse the booth. You don't want one too small because then it's going to allow dust to carry outside. So they wanted a fan that had a very specific reading, and an engineer gave them this reading. And so they eventually paired the right fan with the booth. And that's why when you go to like our store and you buy the package with the fan, that fan was very specifically engineered in its design. It was like to go with that booth.
Okay.
So if you don't buy it and you try to put a box fan on it or something like
It
that,
may not be proper.
more than likely it's not going to
Okay.
give you the right. So if you have your own fan, that's where you should maybe get a fanometer and seeing what the draw is.
Yeah.
And, so.
Well, and it's your lungs and your safety too.
Somebody says from Ireland. We were just at Ireland. Love it, man. The pubs are great. Guinness Stout is so amazing over there.
Well, it's beautiful, beautiful country.
Beautiful country. What
yeah.
we went to the Causeways. What was it called?
Giants
of Causeway.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
And the Cliffs of Moher.
Cliffs of Moher.
And
Was really cool.
Yeah, so beautiful country. So yeah, definitely love visiting. I'm filling out the form from the QR code. Does this offer only apply to companies or professionals and not homeowners? It's asking for company name. Yes, it's for professional painters. And so that is.
You can start a company. Start a painting company.
It is for contractors. It's for any professional in the trades. So yeah. That's what they're doing. That's your I guess to get it for free that's who they're targeting and wanting to get in their hands, because professionals are using these products every single day. And so
did you taste Bushmills whiskey? When I was there, I didn't taste it, but I've had it before. So I'm a big whiskey fan. So definitely I like Scotch. I'm not as much of a I was as much of an Irish whiskey fan, but Irish the Jameson Black was actually pretty good. So definitely like Jameson.
We went to Jameson.
We did. We went to Jameson, which was
Guinness.
Very unspectacular.
Oh, I liked it
because it was fake. It wasn't
fake. The building they burnt down,
and so that you weren't in the real building anymore.
We looked down and saw the real footings.
you looked through a little
No, you walked below.
Thing. No,
it was
there
very
was a square
beautiful.
thing where you could look through the glass,
and
you could see two bricks.
They have so much. Anyways, they did have a fire. It's not their fault.
They said there was another place you could actually.
They built the brewery some other town, but anyways, it's a tasting room. It's very nice. So don't let him be a naysayer.
We weren't actually at that was the original site, but it all burned down. So
But we saw some
and that's
part
not
of
the
it.
distillery.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so I was kind of bummed.
Yeah. So if there's any questions, it's Saturday afternoon and we are going to start getting ready for Thanksgiving, and hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving and get to spend time with your family. We won't get to see our kids from Alabama, but they were here all last week. So we're still recovering from having our little grandsons bounce off the walls, bounce into us. Good pro tip when you have little boys, have a trampoline.
Yeah, so if you want some free sealants from Sashco, go get yours. So,
we'll put the QR code up one more time.
Scan the QR code, go check it out,
and hopefully you guys have a very happy Thanksgiving. Check out our store, paintlifesupply.com. We're going to be doing some Black Friday sales, and Cyber Monday we're going to be doing some sales. So definitely stay tuned for those. But get your free products from Sashco. Get those first.
Can you still get real bristle brushes in the USA? So Premier paint brushes and rollers, custom handmade brushes right here, 100% handmade in the USA, and they use 100% DuPont filaments.
But do, like, he's talking about like pig and horsehair, real
so
bristles.
Natural bristle, because these are filaments.
Yeah.
So everything is filaments now. So synthetic filaments. So DuPont, DuPont's filaments, they're all synthetic and stuff. And natural bristle, like real bristle, like
we have some of those.
Hair, pig, fur, whatever you want to call it, pig
bristle,
ant fur, or whatever. It's like they still exist and you can still get them,
staining,
but they're very rare. They're best for stains. So, but now like there's hybrid brushes that have, there's one right behind me. Grab that one right there. Fence Armor. Does
that have real hair?
So it has synthetic and real.
Synthetic and real.
So it's a blend, and this is the best stain brush you'll ever use when it comes to doing fences and decks right there. So that's the Fence Armor brush, and you could screw it in the handle or you could screw into an extension pole. So it's a combination of synthetic and natural, which the natural holds really thin oil-based products really well, and synthetic does not. You dip it in, pull it out, and it just runs out of the brush. And so these guys came up with a blended brush, but like I say, it's really hard to find 100% like pig's hair, horse hair brush. But that's what that was like. Before there was synthetic, that's what everything was.
Yeah. So yesterday somebody called the store and I was talking to them about starting a painting company. So I'm going to answer this. He says, starting a painting company, should I hire a painting crew or paint employees or be hands-on one-man company? And I think when I was talking to this gentleman yesterday, I was really encouraging him, like, know your why. Like, why are you doing this and what do you want? And I think for us, we didn't want 10, 20 crews. We wanted a small company. Chris was an owner operator. He went to the bids. He was on the job. He was painting. And so that's what was comfortable for us. So I think it's something that you have to think about. Do you like managing people? If you like managing people, then you should hire people. Are you very particular of how Chris is very particular of how he likes things done. And so he trained all his guys and they all painted like Chris. And so, do you want to train people or do you want to hire people that have had years experience and you're just checking their work? And so I really would encourage you to just think about what your goal is, what your why is, and go with that, because a big company is not for everybody. A small company is not for everybody. A medium company, I would say we're kind of medium. We're medium, smallish. But that's what worked for us and our personalities. I we could have grown a lot bigger. We had long waiting lists, but I did not want to be managing all these crews. And so we chose to stay the size that we were. But that would be my advice, is
Good
really,
answer.
really think about what you want in life and what you're going to do to get there.
So somebody said like old school paintbrushes. So that would be old school, but like, you know, there's times when people will say, be sarcastic about, you know, tools I'm using or whatever. And I always like to go back and say, you know, there's a reason why we don't use rotary phones anymore, that we don't ride in horse and buggies anymore. There's a time and a place for natural bristle, without a doubt, if you're using like transparent stains and stuff like that. But there's a major benefit to the new technology, and it's very specifically DuPont filaments. DuPont filaments are the best in the world. So DuPont is they're the creators and the makers of Chinex. So any brush that has Chinex.
So all the different companies that use Chinex, they're all using the same
That's
bristles.
DuPont. So if it says Chinex, that's actually a DuPont filament. And if they're using Tinex, Tinex is DuPont's nylon. So DuPont came up with a superior nylon that's better than the Chinese version, the cheaper version. So cheaper paintbrushes will use cheaper filaments. So what's polyester? DuPont came up with Oreo. So not the cookie, but so you don't eat it. But so Oreo. So Chinex, Tinex, and Oreo are DuPont's superior filaments.
So all the big companies, if you see those in them, they're using the same filaments. And
so yeah,
they're comparable.
So DuPont is going to last longer. It's going to hold its stiffness longer because it won't absorb water as quick, and it's going to clean up faster. And then I'll just go to this one thing about like old school. If you take a natural bristle brush and paint an exterior with today's paints with that, comparing it to Chinex, it's going to be so difficult to clean it. With today's paints, they dry up. They're really difficult to clean your brushes on because they dry so fast. They have so many chemicals in it. A Chinex filament brush, at the end of the day, if you didn't clean it all day long, the paint's just going to come right off of it, easy, without even almost using a barbecue brush on it. You just use your fingers and it cleans right off. And so it cleans up faster, and it's going to hold its stiffness way longer than a natural
I just
brush.
figured I should put the questions up there. I didn't do that.
Juan
says, have you ever applied a stained and then applied white paint or any color over the stain and wipe it off to get a desired effect? Kind of like whitewashing?
Yeah, and so, or antiquing. So I have, and so I just did. So I just did a little baby thing. That's what I did. So what I use?
Oh, the doll.
It's called a breakaway glaze. And so you take you paint, and then you can either brush it on or spray it on. So Renner's breakaway glaze, and then you take like a Unilon pad or some type of really soft abrasive, and you begin just rubbing it off, and it gives you like an antique look. It gives you like a bronzed look. It's really, really cool. I've done it on cabinets, and I just did it on that piece of furniture. It's awesome. So like I use, when doing that effect, versus just what I call over-the-counter paint from Sherwin-Williams, your local store, I use Renner's 2K polyurethane, 1 or 2K poly, 851, and then I use their breakaway glaze. And they have like a black breakaway glaze. They got a Van Dyke brown breakaway glaze. And it's amazing because it's so much easier than conventional.
He said the reason for the question, it seems that my vanity cabinets appear to have stain and paint stain that was applied first with white paint, was wiped off to create a certain effect. Just curious if you've seen anything like that.
Yep, I sure have. So, and it depends on like how it looks. I mean, if a do-it-yourselfer, did it, it could look a little odd and stuff. But if a professional painter did it, or somebody that has experience with it, it looks amazing. And then you would typically clear coat over the top of that because the stain wiped over the paint is not protected. And so when you go to clean your cabinets with like Dawn dish soap, you could end up, damaging the stain. It could end up, messing it up. So you definitely want to clear coat it. So like when I did the breakaway glaze, I clear coated it with clear render 851 afterwards. So on the piece of furniture I just did, I actually stained the piece of furniture. Then I put the breakaway glaze on it, and then I rubbed it off, and I actually sanded it off with my 3x4 sander, and then I clear coated it with 851. Looked absolutely amazing. And I posted a photo of it on a story just a few days ago, and you'll see a video on it because I videoed the whole process, and it's pretty cool.
Well, it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon, so I hope everybody goes outside wherever you are at and enjoys the weather where you are. And we just wanted to hop on and say Sashco is doing this giveaway. We are thankful to them for not going cheap on the product and giving us lifetime warranty products that won't fail us so that we can be successful in business. And so if you are a professional painter or a professional in the trades, fill out this QR code and they'll send it to you. And their motto is, when you know, you know. And
QR
hope
code's
you
right
have
there.
a happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for being with us.